with Straight Talk about management, and today I'm going to talk about getting organized isn't difficult, tip 3. Today I'm going to talk about procrastination. I can't think of anyone who does not have some problem with procrastination. What is procrastination? Basically, it's just delaying working on something, working on a project. Can you think of any reasons why somebody might delay working on a project? I'm going to give you just a couple seconds to think about that. So what did you come up with? Why do you think somebody may delay working on a project? There could be any number of reasons. Well, maybe they just don't know how to get started. They don't know the first steps that they need to do to start the project. Maybe they feel they don't have the right resources. Maybe they feel like they're lacking the experience or the expertise to do the project. Maybe they just don't like it. It's something I hate to do. I just don't look forward to the project. Perhaps they feel the project is too big, it's so overwhelming, I have no idea what to do, and it's so overwhelming that causes them to delay working on a project. There's any number of reasons why someone might delay working on a project, but the most important thing is we have to deal with procrastination, because procrastination is poison to your productivity. It will stop any kind of productivity you were able to establish before you got this project, and then you began procrastinating. It will ruin all that progression that you were able to make. So we want to deal with our procrastination, and we know when we're procrastinating. Trust me. Procrastination is like someone nagging at you. You ever had anyone nag at you? That person is constantly nagging on and on about do this, do this, do this. When are you going to do this? Are you going to do this? Have you done this? When are you going to get started? When is it going to be finished? It's constant. Well, that's what procrastination is like in our heads. Our brains are constantly reminding us that we have never started that project. You can't even sleep. Sometimes it wakes you up in the night reminding you you haven't started that project yet. The deadline is looming. It's constant. So that increases your stress. So in order to be able to reduce our stress, we have to deal with these things we don't really like very much. That's how we need to stop. That's why we need to stop procrastination. So one way that we can do that is first by facing it head on. If you feel like the project is too big, it's so overwhelming, what you need to do is break that project up into smaller, more manageable pieces. That way, all you have to do is focus on one small piece at a time. I'm just going to focus on this piece of the project. This one I'll have it due for myself. You make your own deadlines. I'm going to have it due for next week. That way I can get this part done, and then once this is done next week, then I can start the next project the next week, and so on and so on until the final deadline for that whole big project is complete. That makes it a little bit more manageable for you, and also makes you feel like you can go ahead and get started on the project instead of just waiting until the last minute and feel like, oh my God, now I'm going to run out of time. That's one way to do that. Also, another thing you need to do is make sure you start right away. Don't wait. Waiting only makes the situation worse. Get started immediately, right away, because even though you might feel like the deadline is way out there, it's so far gone, you may not realize it, but they may have given you that amount of time for a simple reason that you really do need all that time, and so you really don't want to wait on the project. You want to get started right away. Procrastination is something that everybody, all of us, have to deal with, even me. And so it's something that I know we all have to focus on how we can improve our organization and stop procrastination so we can be more productive.